What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Here's the Thing. We are halfway through the month of October, and that means that spooky season is in full swing. And if you're anything like me, having grown up with all of the Halloween Town movies and watching all of the TV show specials and going candy shopping and pumpkin carving and doing all the fun things, then this time of year is especially exciting and nostalgic for you. I'm gonna be honest though, prior to really understanding and embracing my Catholic faith, I definitely think I leaned way too much into this time of year. I think reminiscing on my childhood fantasies of witches and goblins and magical worlds, I both wanted to keep those fantasies alive the older I got, but I think I also really wanted to experience them myself. While I don't think there's anything wrong with rereading old Harry Potter books or watching the new Hocus Pocus, I definitely think that there's such a thing as taking things too far, and that this time of year there's this very real temptation to pursue spiritual avenues that are not so great. What I mean by that is when we lean too much into spooky season, sometimes it looks like obsessing over these fictional magical worlds or turning to more darker, gorier movies, aesthetics that are really not so great. We put ourselves in a really dangerous place to be invaded spiritually, for our spiritual awareness and consciousness and well-being to be invaded and overtaken by these things that in reality are not so fictional, are very real things. As I'm sure you know, the costumes, the movies, the spiritual battles that take place during this time of year that are talked about, that are overhyped, are very real, as in not fictional, as in actually a thing, because evil really does exist. And while there is light and beauty and truth, there is also darkness and lies and not so great and not so fun things that at the end of the day, if we pursue them or entertain them too much, can be really harming to not only our anxiety, but our overall awareness of faith and the way that we live it out. Entertaining these things around this time of year can be really jarring, and I think as I've reflected on the ways that I did that when I was younger and the ways that it can be really easy to do that now, I'm very aware of the fact that the enemy is going to use this time. The enemy does use this time and has very subtle tactics to reach the minds and the hearts of Christians during this time of year, when all of the not so faith-related things, all of the spooky things, all of the gory things, all of the dark things are very prevalent. And I just wanted to caution you to have the time of your life during this truly very fun and exciting time, but also just to be cautious to not take things too far, whether this be being a little more selective with your costume or a little more selective with the things that you watch and the things that you entertain, or a little more selective with what you do with your friends. Just be cautious and aware that these fictional worlds are really not so fictional and can be really dangerous to pursue in general, not even just as Christians, but in general, but especially as Catholics who are trying to live good and holy and true lives and have honest prayer. So what I'm trying to say is maybe this year, lean less into the spooky and more into the season. That's it. That's all I have for you. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Stay holy, my friends, and I will see all of you very soon. Bye.